Okay, so we're getting ready for the invitational game of Shenful versus Heinzel. This is round 2, so both of these players have already won their first round game. We have a little bit of time still, so we can go ahead and look at the deck lists real quick. I forget which one is which here. Let me reopen them. So Shenful going with the no attachment deck, and the full 10 characters. Goblin Sneak, Commies, Dragon Splash. Yeah, same splash for both of these players. 2 calling in favors. So Heinzel has 9 attachments. He has the katanas, the fans, and the cloud the mines, and then only 5 characters. And then his only attachment control is the let goes, actually. So that's actually good for him that he has less attachment control in this matchup, since there are no attachments on Shenful's side. So the only situation where he'll get to use his let goes is if something gets calling in favored. Bonsai's here, no bonsai's here. Pretty similar conflict decks other than that. Oh, looks like they've started already. Yeah, I was gonna say about the dynasty decks. Heinzel only has 1 favored niece and 1 blackmail artist, which is interesting. And then Shenful also has 3 satoshis. But anyway, we're getting started here, so let's move this over there. Alright, so opening flops, we have a favored niece for Shenful. Is he the one? I'm going to keep getting their deck lists mixed up. Shenful is the one who has 3 favored nieces. Heinzel is the one who only has 1, okay. So we see Bayushi Liar, Bayushi Manipulator. We'll see if he plays a Liar also. He does. And then Heinzel gets to pass first. We get bids of 5. They'll probably both go up to 6. So there's no... I mean, the boxes would just cancel out the difference anyway, but they're both going to draw 6 cards, and we'll go right into the conflict phase. We have a favorable ground for Shenful. Okay, it looks like Heinzel's going to find Pilgrimage, so Secret Void's going to trigger. And Heinzel is the one who does have attachments, so he could potentially have a fan to break this, and he does have the fan. We might see a let go, or a calling in favors to bring him out of breaking range. We see a Miyamoto's Fury, that works too. So trading the fan for the Fury, basically. So now Shenful's going to get a chance to attack. Let's see what he finds. He finds Shameful Display. So yeah, you probably defend this so you can use Shameful. You're still not going to win the conflict unless you have a card. It's 3-2 still. But it's not breaking. And the firing is not really a big deal here since you got to use shameful, which is basically 2 firings. Although this will leave the last conflict for shenful, since heinzel will have no characters left, unless he wants to play a conflict character. We could see a goblin sneak or a yojimbo possibly. We see a 4 shame, okay. So that's going to let him win this conflict on defense. And now we'll see if he has a conflict character. He passes, okay, so he's going to pass his conflict. He still can play a character on defense here if he has one. Otherwise, okay, so it looks like shenful is actually going to try to find pilgrimage, and he does find pilgrimage. So this is actually okay because it means that heinzel is not going to get his second Seeker Fate. Of course, it will cancel the Earth Ring, but the other thing it does is tie favor. So favor is going to remain unclaimed. And then we see them trade their boxes. And that's going to be it for this turn. Shenful is going to go down in honor, and heinzel goes up because of that shameful display. And we see Fawning Diplomat discarded. Depending on what's in your hand, you might decide to keep this favored niece or discard it. Still thinking about that. Okay, he decided to keep it. And he finds a Satoshi. I'm still kind of not sure what Satoshi does for this deck. Your Imperial cards are the Palace and the 3 Storehouse, as well as the 3 Satoshi. Just looking to make sure that's it. Yeah, I think that's it for Imperial cards. So all Satoshi's really going to do is find more copies of himself to put extra fate on him, and find storehouses and potentially the Palace. I don't think I've seen him in a Scorpion deck before, so we see the Actress get played. The other thing, the thing that's kind of a problem with Satoshi when Actress is around is that you don't really want to be milling your own deck to give Actress more potential targets. So we just see the niece and the illusionist, and then Actress. Favored niece is going to discard calling and favors. That's interesting since heinzel is the one who has attachments, but I guess none of his attachments are very large value, so he just wants to look for a better card here. And then Soci Illusionist attacking Secret Cache. So he was hoping to find Meditations there, but unfortunately he finds Secret Cache. That's going to give heinzel another card, but he knows where all the provinces are now, so that's at least decent. We see a defense from the Actress. So currently they're tied on skill totals. Okay, so he's contesting the Water Ring. So yeah, if the Actress didn't defend, then he just bows her. And he actually favorable grounds home. So I think that's a pretty good play, because no matter what you're bowing the Actress basically. If he doesn't defend and you win the conflict, then you bow her, and if she does defend, you just favorable ground home, and then you bow her anyway. So we see a Goblin Sneak get played. He's going to find Meditations. I think that's fine. Obviously, you don't want him to be able to use Meditations, but at the same time, Goblin Sneak is not really a high priority target to remove the fate off of, so it's not a really big deal, I think. The other two were Secret Cache and Shameful, so I think this might have actually been the best thing to find. Shenful is thinking about if he wants to defend. Now, Heinzel does have 3 bonsai, so he could be trying to get a break here. He also has 1 charge, although he doesn't really have any good charge targets. We see him, he's attacking Void Ring. I guess, yeah, that makes sense to get the fade and then take a fade off of Favored Niece. Seems good. So he defends with the Favored Niece, uses Meditations. We'll see if he wants to play a bonsai. At this point, if he plays a bonsai, he'll still need another card to win, which would have to be the katana, I think. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Well, I guess a fate worse than death would work, but yeah, that wouldn't be terrible. We see a dishonored status on the Favored Niece, so it looks like something is getting cancelled. A lot of things getting cancelled. Oh, wow. So yeah, he does play a fate worse than death. Shenful tries to cancel it with his Forged Edict, dishonoring the Favored Niece, which is good because even if it doesn't get cancelled, then she gets dishonored anyway, so it's kind of a free attempt. And then Heinzel does have his own Forged Edict, dishonoring the actress to cancel that Forged Edict. So the fate worse than death goes through, and that means that if he gets this Void Ring, this Favored Niece is going to die at the end of the turn. So that's a pretty good outcome. We'll have to see if he has the bonsai to go for the break here. Shenful is on 3 assassination, so if he does want to try to prevent the break, or even just... Oh, he has the Fury, okay. So he just Furies. Yeah, I mean, we could still see just another Goblin Sneak get played if he has another one. I think I would do that just to get rid of this Favored Niece. You never go for break on Meditations in Mirror. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we do see another Goblin Sneak, but it just gets immediately assassinated. But yeah, generally you want to keep Meditations around in the Mirror because that's sort of the easiest province to go back to. Otherwise you're looking at either Pilgrimage, Secret Cache, or Shameful, which are all not friendly. So, but yeah, this Goblin gets assassinated. There is still one more Goblin in his deck, but chances of him having the 3rd one are not good. Let's see. He has 1 Yojimbo, but yeah, he's just gonna pass. It looks like he's out of cards to play. And then we'll have 1 more military conflict from Shenful here. And now that he has flipped these 3 provinces, he knows that this last one is Meditations. So he can just go there and flip that one. That will also turn off Miyamoto's Fury for anything with more than 1 glory. So I think you probably go air for the fate and to get a little bit of honor back. The actress hasn't been used yet, so he could actress a manipulator just to prevent unopposed. It looks like he's actually going into Secret Cache since it's already been used this turn. He does not have a bonsai, So even if he wanted to break this, I don't think he... Well, he could play a Yojimbo, that would work. But yeah, Heinzel does not defend. He steals the actress, so we could see the manipulator get brought in just to prevent unopposed. Unfortunately, he won't be able to grab the lyre since this is military. And he's actually just going to pass. Interesting. So the airing's going to get claimed. And we see a Jimbo get played. So I guess, I'm wondering if he's going to scout here. If he doesn't scout, he has to go into, well, meditation's already been used. The other option is pilgrimage, which would cancel any ring effect unless he can break. He could have the fine katana if he wants to break pilgrimage. If he scouts, he's either going to find secret cache or shameful display. So we'll see what he does. Yeah, it seems like since he didn't use the actress in that last conflict, he must be saving it for this one, which doesn't seem to make sense. I think that might have just been a mistake not to use that to prevent the 1 honor loss. He is going to get that void ring, so this favored niece is going to die. Socio-illusionist is going to remove the dishonor. And this Imperial Palace helping him claim the favor, although he would have gotten it anyway, 2 rings to 1. I'm interested to see if Shenful keeps Satoshi here. I think Satoshi, yeah, he discards it. I think Satoshi is just bad in the mirror because it just gives a target for Way of the Scorpion, and a pretty good target at that. So he is going to discard that. He finds another niece, and this is Heinzel's 1x niece, and he is going to play that with 2 fate. 2 Miyakos. He is on 3 Miyako. Interesting that he's running 3 Miyako with only 5 characters. I guess he wants to combo them with the sneaks. We'll probably see that just get discarded because he's already played 3 conflict characters out of 5. We see an actress. Stronghold gets used. And Heinzel's going to bid 1 here. Interesting. So it looks like he might be trying to go for the dishonor win this turn. Or at least he's going to start pushing dishonor. He does have the niece to cycle cards. The problem with that is that it does turn off his box. He's going to discard a Cloud the Mind since he has no Shugenja on board to draw a new card. And another Cloud the Mind. And Heinzel is first player here. I expect we might see fire here on the attack. Oh, he's flipping water. So it looks like he's going to covert the actress and attack water, and probably try to just break this pilgrimage, so he can bow the actress. It's very likely he has a katana in his hand. Possible targets for the actress are... Fawning Diplomat would actually be a good target to get the favor. So let's see. We see Kachiko. Okay. So unfortunately he has to put her in a military conflict, which means she won't get to use her ability. But this does turn on For Shame, potentially. What I expect though is that he'll just try to prevent the break and not actually try to win, so that pilgrimage will just cancel the effect. Heinzel passes. Ooh, we see a policy debate. Okay. So we're going to take a look at Heinzel's hand. He has an assassination, bonsai, his own Kachiko, Cloud the Mind, court games, For Shame, Way of the Scorpion. Okay. So yeah, so there's no chance of him breaking this conflict since he only has the bonsai. He doesn't currently have enough fate for Kachiko, but this is a one-time Kachiko. So if he discards this, he doesn't have to worry about that this game. He does discard the Kachiko. So the only conflict character left for Heinzel is a third Goblin Sneak. Heinzel's going to pass. We could see another policy debate if he has a second one and wants to discard another card here. Maybe that's what he's thinking about. Yeah, we do see a second policy debate. This time he's going to discard a court games. There is still one left in hand, though. I know one of these players only has 2 policy debates, and it is Heinzel who only has 2. So he could have the third policy debate if he wants to discard the last court games. He's thinking about something. Ooh. So we see favorable ground used to send Kachiko home. So she's going to be able to go on a political conflict now. But since she's at home now, we see the bonsai get used. And Shenful has 0 fate. So... Oh, I was about to say I thought he had one fate, but it's because he just spent a fate on Miyamoto's Fury. Um, yeah, I was gonna say if he knew what Heinzel's hand was, so if he didn't have a card to stop the break there, then obviously you don't send her home. Um, so yeah, he does have the Fury, and that's gonna be it. So shenful. Yeah, I think Shenful's gonna attack. Yeah, this is what I expected. Attack meditations with just the actress. And you go either fire or air, I think. Hey, Mind's Desire. Um, Looks like it's going pretty good so far. Typical Scorpion stuff. Let me actually make you a mod. There you go. Still thinking about this attack. Sword, yep. Yeah, Heinzel bid 1 this turn to 5. I was kind of unsure about that. Yeah, we do see the firing here. So I think maybe you defend this. I don't think you can cheer on my stream. I don't really know how any of that stuff works, but I probably don't have it set up for that. Anyway. He is going to resolve the... Oh, whoops. He honored the favored niece. Yeah, that was a misclick. Yeah, so dishonored the favored niece. It's gonna make her a 0/0. And he does know Heinzel's hand at this point, so there is still 1 court games, so he could still attack, and an ornate fan. So he could still attack with the favored niece if he wants. Of course, Kachiko could just send her home. I think if he attacks with the favored niece, then you use actress to bring back the diplomat. And just leave Kachiko for a separate attack, maybe try to break pilgrimage. Or shameful. Yeah, breaking shameful would be pretty easy probably. He knows he doesn't have any characters. That's assuming that favored niece attacks, of course. So they're gonna pass. Looks like he is going to attack probably air. Yeah. Ooh, and he finds shameful. So I wonder if you defend this or not. Looks like he is choosing to defend to get that honored status on Kachiko. I think first action you probably actress. so that if he, well, he has 4 shames anyway, so the court games wouldn't matter a lot. Although this does leave his Kachiko open to getting court games. Yeah, I think what you do is you 4 shame. Oh, he uses court games, okay. Yeah, so once the favored niece gets sent home from Kachiko's ability, then he's not going to be able to use 4 shame anymore. So, ooh, we see a policy debate. So he's going to discard a 4 shame. That's kind of interesting. Heinzel's just going to pass, so he doesn't even want to use 4 shame. I guess because he would still... We have a court games to honor Kachiko. Heinzel passes. I think we should... Oh. So he didn't use the actress there. So, yeah, I was about to say that seems to signify that he has a conflict character. He does have the meek informant. Unfortunately, he already knew what was in Heinzel's hand. But yeah, he should be able to get a free break on either... I was going to say... Oh no, Shameful has the palace on it, so you can't break it. But yeah, I expect to see the actress here to bring back the... Well, the problem now is if you bring back the diplomat, then you're going to break this. He does do it anyway, though, so he is breaking. I guess he's just fine with that. This is Void Ring, so he's going to void off this Yojimbo. So Meditations breaks. Yojimbo loses a fate. And Shenful's going to be able to steal the favor now from this diplomat. And he has an honored Kachiko. So even though he's way down on honor, he's pretty far up on board state. So I don't think that the 1 bid from Heinzel was a good idea, because now Shenful's just going to be able to keep using his box to steal back honor. And Heinzel's down on cards now also. So let's see. A 1 fate liar. Not sure I've ever seen that before. He also plays a 1 fate illusionist. Shenful just passed right away. So we're just seeing the liar and the illusionist. They both bid 1. So Heinzel, if he wanted to, could have bid 5 there, and that would have let him use his box and then turn off Shenful's box as well, and it would sort of even up the amount of cards in both players' hands. But he chooses not to do that. Yeah, I think it's interesting that he's really committing to this dishonor. Shenful he is the one who has 10 conflict characters in his deck, so immediately passing signifies that he has probably a Yojimbo, maybe a Kami Unleashed, maybe also a Goblin. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, we do see a Yojimbo. and he has first player, so this 2-Fate Earth Ring is looking pretty good. I'm not sure where he wants to attack though. Maybe you just have to go secret cache. He could have a charge. He is running 3 charge, so we could see a charge favored niece to try and break something. Looks like he is going into secret cache. He flipped the air ring. We'll see if that's what he's deciding on. Yeah, he does decide on the air ring. He co-rated the illusionist. So Heinzel currently has 0 skill to defend this with. He could, of course, pull a goblin sneak to defend. Oh, he has military favor, so he's actually just breaking with just the Yojimbo. I didn't notice that. So yeah, we might see a goblin sneak to try and prevent the break, if he has the 3rd one. He's thinking about defending with... Okay, he does defend with the favored niece. That is interesting. He's going to discard Away of the Scorpion to draw a card. Shenful passes. He has a charge for the young rumor monger, okay. So I feel like defending with the favored niece is kind of... Like, it makes sense if you don't have anything in your hand. Ooh, we're going to see his policy debate. We know he has a policy debate in hand. So, we're going to see that come out here. Ooh, we see a let go, though, on the fan. He could still try it if he wants to. But yeah, I guess if he has no way to honor the favored niece, she's just going to be a 0-0 anyway. But defending with her, I don't know, I guess it doesn't really matter. He could have done a poke with her to take the fate off the Earth Ring, though. And he actually, I just realized he does have a way to remove the honor, or dishonor, because of Soci Illusionist. Although he could want to use that on the Kachiko. Heinzel's thinking he's only played... Oh, he's played 2 fans. So he only has 1 fan left. He has prevented the break. As it stands. He discards his third Cloud the Mind to draw another card. So it looks like he's just digging here. Try to find something useful. I think we've only seen one let go out of two. So there's one let go left for Shenful. It's his only splash card left. Oh, it looks like he found a bonsai. So that is going to put him ahead here. He could have bonsai'd the favored niece here to prevent himself from. I would have probably at least put one bonsai in the favored niece. Although he could just be saying that he doesn't care about the assassination, since that would put Shenful down to 1 honor. Which makes sense. And we do see the policy debate happen anyway. We'll see what they bid here. Heinzel bids 2. So what this actually does is no, the airing's not going to get resolved, so his box is still going to be off. But let's see what's in Shenful's hand. Fate, Worse than Death, Assassinate, Kachiko, Censure. So he chose not to censure that. I guess he just wanted Heinzel to give him some honor. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here. He's going to discard the Fate Worse than Death, since there is 4 Fate on Shenful's side. That does leave him open to the... I mean, Assassinate would still be pretty risky here. Well, so the thing with playing Assassinate is you go down to 2 honor, but then you get the airing. He is just going to pass, though. So he doesn't mind losing this conflict. There could also be a Forged Edict in Heinzel's hand to cancel the... But he has a censure. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, Heinzel's going to win that conflict, 6-4. And I think we might just see him pass his conflict here. He's going to activate Socio-Illusionist to remove the honored status from Kachiko. Maybe he attacks Earth to get the Fate. He does still have both conflicts left. Looks like he's... Maybe you go military with Socio-Illusionist, so that Kachiko can't use the ability on defense. He's going into meditations. Yeah, Earth Ring, meditations. So I guess that just signifies that he doesn't want to give Shenful another card. And then he'll be able to go back into meditations later this turn with the Liar if he wants to. We'll see if he defends. You don't really want to give up the Earth Ring, because that's going to equalize the hands a little bit more. Ideally, he wants to hold on to his card advantage. Let's see what's in his hand. He He could still assassinate, although that is pretty risky with his current honor. What was that? He assassinates the Bayushi liar. That's actually a little bit surprising. That is going to allow Heinzel to draw another card as well. And we see him play his other Yojimbo in the conflict. So that should probably allow him to win this on the defense and prevent that Earth Ring. And then he basically gets a free attack with Kachiko, so he can go ahead and break pretty much whatever he wants, I think. He does have the court games. He has a censure. So yeah, he should be able to... I think you probably want to break Shameful with the Palace. Although Secret Cache has already been used this turn, so... Depends on whether you think he has the Goblin Sneak, I guess. Wait, he can't... No, he can't play the Goblin Sneak anyway, since it's political. So yeah, you probably just go at Shameful. Probably Fire, Shameful, or Void. But yeah, probably Fire. Well, he says he's playing so bad. I mean, I'm not an expert on Scorpion, but I think he's playing alright. He does decide to go for Void here. Probably get rid of the niece. This is Heinzel's only niece, so once he gets rid of that, that's it. Yeah, he's just going to break that, discard the Palace, and yeah, fade off the favored niece. That is also going to allow Shenful to keep the favor, which we know he has censure. So that's pretty good. We also know that he has the Kachiko dupe in his hand. So we'll get to see this Kachiko stay around a little bit longer probably. And honestly, I'd say things are looking pretty good for Shenful right now, just with the current board state. Let's see. We have 2 storehouses from Heinzel, which is good because that's going to allow him to equalize the hands a little bit more. They're actually already at 5 cards each, so that's just going to give him a hand advantage actually. I think he probably plays both of these characters. The top event right now is Court Games, which is good. Of course, we could see the favored niece discard a Way of the Scorpion to prevent that. Yeah, we do see the favored niece 2 Fate. I think you still kind of have to play the Plagiarist. Yeah, he does play it. And then we see the Kachiko dupe get discarded. So Heinzel will get it. He will get the Passing Fate. And then Shenful uses his Stronghold. And we go to draw phase. Both going to bid 1. I might have considered bidding 2 as Shenful, since if you give him an honor, then it turns off his box. But this seems fine. He's going to discard an assassination with favored niece. That's really good because not only is it a dead card for him, it's also a dead card for Heinzel. So, yeah, even if he had the honor, there aren't any 2-cost or less characters. He's gonna use both storehouses. And it looks like he's gonna attack meditations. Probably, you probably have to go either fire or air. Yeah, he does go air, just to prevent Shenful from getting that and keep the dishonor pressure going. How many Fate Worse Than Deaths have we seen? We've seen one from Heinzel. Both players have 2 in their decks. And one got discarded from Shenful, so they both have 1 left. Heinzel actually has the hand advantage now, despite that low bid earlier. So we'll see if there's a defense here. 2 bonsais have been played, so there's 1 bonsai left. He actually has 3 katanas left. He hasn't seen any of those yet. So yeah, even if there's a defense here, we could see him go for the win. Try to get this air ring. I mean, obviously you have to defend with somebody, because if you don't, then you get unopposed, and you just lose. Looks like he's going to defend with the niece, potentially. We do know that Shenful has a let go in hand, so any katana will just get let go'd probably. But he only has 1 to the 3 katanas in Heinzel's deck. It's thinking about the Yojimbo. Yeah, he defends with the Yojimbo with favor. That puts him at 4-1. So a katana would not be enough. We'll see if he goes for the win here. If he kicks a bonsai, that would be enough to put him ahead. And then he could steal an honor. We see a policy debate. So they're both going to bid 1, as you would expect with the low honor totals. So we see in Shenful's hand, calling in favors, censure, for shame, Kami Unleashed, and let go. So 2 attachment control cards actually. Again, he did not decide to censure that, so I guess he's saving the censure for potentially a Fate Worse Than Death. Kami Unleashed is potentially strong here. If you attack firing and then Kami Unleashed to either double honor your own guys or honor Kachiko and dishonor one of Heinzel's characters, he's going to discard the censure. So that suggests that maybe he does have the Fate Worse Than Death. So we might see him try to resolve that on the Kachiko. And if he does get to do that, that would be potentially game ending here. All he would have to do then is either win this air ring or dishonor somebody. We see a goblin sneak. So, and he actually, so he plays a goblin sneak with 1 fate on it. I guess just to counteract the meditations. That means that he will not have enough fate for a fate worse than death unless he attacks a ring with fate on his next conflict. He might have... I think what this means is that he has a couple of swords to play on this goblin sneak. But we also know that Shenful has the let go, and okay, he does have the bonsai. So he's just going to do a small bonsai on the illusionist. That is going to allow him to win. I don't think, yeah, we know Shenful's hand. What did he... Oh, he had 2 fate, but the goblin sneak stole 1, so he can't play Kami Unleashed now on the defense. So there's actually no way for him to win this defense. Yeah, so he's just going to pass. So Airing's going to steal an honor. I think what we'll probably see is firing... Maybe you fire Covert the Plagiarist so you get a free unopposed. You could water, although then you won't be able to Kami Unleashed. Yeah, so you could go fire and then play Kami Unleashed since you get the fate. I guess you could also play water and then Kami Unleashed to bow the liar and unbow your Yojimbo. But I don't know how big a fan of that I am. That does let you get the covert on your second attack as well. So that's 2 honor loss from unopposed. So that might be good. Looks like he's going at Pilgrimage. See what ring he chooses. Either way, Heinzel's gonna be able to attack with one of these rings with fate on it and get enough fate to play a fate worse than death if he has one. We see the characters being deselected. Just thinking about Secret Cache. So with Secret Cache, he can break potentially with just the Yojimbo. And in fact, I don't think there are any cards... Oh. I just realized actually that Heinzel has not played a single Miyamoto's Fury this game. So this is actually risky. He could just get Furied here. Yeah, we do see the Fury. And we know that we know what's in Shenful's hand, so there's nothing else he can do. He went watering to get the 2 fate. So, I mean, I guess... oh, right, the military favor. Yeah. So he stops the break, but he doesn't stop the ring from going off. Yeah, you could play... He could have played... Kami Unleashed there to unbow his Yojimbo, but he decides to save it. Ideally, you want to use that on an air or a fire ring, I think, to get, more honor. But yeah, he is going to bow the Baishi Lyre. So, as Heinzel here, I think there's no way to get enough fate for a fate worse than death now. So I think you probably just attack fire. Although it could be wrong. Yeah, fire could be lethal if he wins. That is true. I don't think he has a good chance of winning, since the Kachiko can just defend and then first action send him home. And the Plagiarist is not going to be able to use his action this round, probably. Yeah, he is going to attack fire. Yeah, he probably just... Well, I mean, the other thing, though, is that there was an attack into Secret Cache, so he could have potentially seen Fate Worse Than Death off of that as well. But as soon as Shenful attacked the Water Ring and then he used Fury, there was no way for him to get enough Fate to play one. So yeah, that conflict's just gonna... Not much is gonna happen there. Then we're going to see a Void conflict. So even though Shenful is at 1 honor, he's going to have a pretty good board state going into this next turn. Yeah, fire was claimed already. I think you also want to use Illusionist to discard the honored status off of the Yojimbo. See, Calling in Favor is discarded to draw a card. He doesn't do it, though. I don't think he used Illusionist that turn, did he? Yeah, so that might have potentially been a mistake, because now this character leaving play is going to give him an honor back, but maybe he just wanted to save the fate and try to get an air ring this turn. We'll see. So we see an Illusionist. So the Illusionist from Shenful is really good here. It's going to let him get rid of at least 1 dishonor. The Rumor Monger could potentially be good as well. We could see a Fate Worse Than Death on a Kami Unleashed. That would be pretty sick, I have to say. If he plays a Kami Unleashed into like an air conflict, and then he gets Fate Worse Than Death. Although it might not save him still. Shenful does have the first conflict, so I do expect him to go air here and try to get the Kami Unleashed to trigger. Seems like an obvious way to get the win. They're going to trade boxes, it looks like. Heinzel passes, actually. Not that it matters, he can just use it pre-conflict. Heinzel does run Cloud, but he's actually used all 3 of his Clouds already. Well, not used, but he discarded them all to Favored Niece to draw more cards. So, we see Kami Unleashed get played pre-conflict. He should City of the Open Hand here. So yeah, I think we're just going to see the big air attack. And try to get the double trigger off of Kami Unleashed. Conflict phase. There we go. Finally uses his stronghold. I was getting worried there. And it looks like we're going to see an attack at Secret Cache. Heinzel actually putting 1 Fate on this Yogo Hiroe means that he doesn't have enough for Fate Worse Than Death if he sees one near. Yeah, so this is just going to be a big air conflict, it looks like. And he does have 1 covert. So, can covert somebody. Probably the Hiroe if you're going political. Although Favorable Grounds is just going to cancel that, so that doesn't really matter. The top event is calling in favors, so the Illustrious Plagiarist still isn't going to get any use since Shenful doesn't have any attachments in his deck. So yeah, it's tough to see a way out of this for Heinzel. Shenful is probably just thinking right now if there is any way out of this. Looks like he's leaving a couple characters at home, potentially. I don't think there is anything Heinzel can do, though. If he just goes political air. He has 2 Miyamoto's Furies. Okay, we do see a political air. He's going to use Secret Cache. Miyamoto's Fury is actually turned off right now on everybody except the Kami, so that actually is not going to help him. So yeah, I think there's just nothing that you can do here as Heinzel. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 skill after the Kami gets used. Yeah, I expect this to just be the game here. I'm going to see a full defense. I guess his thought on leaving those 2 at home was just, even if somehow he doesn't win this, he still gets the free unopposed attack with the Yojimbo. We're going to see a Court Games on the Hiroe. I think maybe you don't use Rumor Monger here. Did he play his other Let Go yet? No, he still has that Let Go in hand. So yeah, I think you just let the honor go onto the Hiroe here. That way, if he tries to like for shame your Kachiko, you can move the dishonor to the Yojimbo. Is that? Oh, that was Kachiko's ability getting used on the plagiarist. Yeah, he can just discard the status token anyway with the illusionist. So he doesn't really have much to worry about here. And yeah, he can just use Kami Unleashed whenever he wants, really. We see a 4 shame, so yeah, this is when you probably move the dishonor to the Yojimbo. Or the Rumor Monger, that's fine also. Oh, they both have. I forgot that Heinzel had a rumor monger also. So he moves it and then it gets moved back. But yeah, again, he can just discard that status token. Ooh. Oh. Kami Unleashed got used. So he resolves the air ring. How many For Shames have we seen? Just, oh, all three. Yeah, so Heinzel's out of For Shames. Oh, Miyamoto's Fury, yeah, right, that's less than or equal to, not less than. So yeah, he does Fury the Illusionist. Yeah, even if, well, he actually won't necessarily lose by unopposed because he has the favorable ground to move someone in on defense. But Shenful could just attack the air ring. Yeah, but that's just going to be it. There's no way for Heinzel to win that, or fire ring. I think I said air ring. I meant fire. But yeah, Heinzel doesn't have any way to win that conflict, so that is just going to be the game. Yeah, that Kachiko did a lot of work that game. And yeah, only one edict and one of his fate worse than deaths for Heinzel. I couldn't find any of the other ones. Oh, he had... Is he saying he had a Way of the Scorpion in hand? Yeah, so he actually could have played Way of the Scorpion on the Kami Unleashed. But yeah, I think then he still loses to the fire attack next. Yeah, and having a rumor monger on both sides makes things a little bit weird as well. But yeah, either way, Shenful is going to win that game. So he will advance to round 3, and he'll play against the winner of Woodwind versus Micah. So either another Crane Scorpion or another Scorpion Mirror. And then Heinzel, that was game 14. So he will play against the winner of Sandy Bell, Shiba Inu, I think, is his Discord name, and jokingly our crab player. But yeah, that's going to do it for the cast. I think that's probably the only game we have today. But yeah, we'll wait and see if anyone else is playing. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.